You look at the Ukraine assistance. Let's talk about where the money is really going. A significant portion of it's being spent in the United States, in 38 different states, replacing the weapons that we sent to Ukraine with more modern weapons. So we're rebuilding our industrial base.
That's what President Biden's seeking to do.
It's correct. No Americans are getting killed in Ukraine. We're rebuilding our industrial base. The Ukrainians are destroying the army of one of our biggest rivals. I have a hard time finding anything wrong with that. I think it's wonderful that they're defending themselves. And also the notion that the Europeans are not doing enough. They've done almost $90 billion. They're housing a bunch of refugees who escaped. I think that our NATO allies in Europe have done quite a lot.
That's Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell pushing back against someone of his own party who are hesitant to approve more funding for Ukraine. Let's bring in right now Ukraine correspondent for the New York Times, Thomas Gibbons-Neff. He's also a former Marine corporal who led a sniper team in Afghanistan. He recently spent a day embedded with the Ukrainian troops and reflects on those conversations in his latest piece entitled Ukraine, a Sniper Mission and the Myth of a Good Kill. Thomas, thank you so much for being with us. I was so riveted and moved by what you wrote. Let me just, for our audience, I want to just read a couple of lines here. We kill not because we're vicious, but because it's our order, our duty, Raptor said. Raptor stood in front of me wrestling with something we dared not talk about in Afghanistan. He was breaking the fourth wall. I think about the people on the other side, he said. They may not want to be here, but they are here. Raptor was working his way through the subject that sniper cultures often avoid. Few times during my deployment did I pause to consider the Taliban, at least in conversation. It would take years to realize how indoctrinated we all were. Thomas, thank you for your service. Thank you for this article. And talk about this extraordinary experience of actually being let in to follow Ukrainians around as they were doing what you were doing in Afghanistan.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. No, I mean, it was definitely kind of a surreal moment. I mean, we had been with the team for a few days and had gone on a mission before. And it was earlier in the day, and, you know, Raptor had kind of just come off the gun or off one of the spotting scopes. And we had talked about it at breakfast before, about kind of the mental gymnastics, you know, I had gone through and my teammates had gone through in the Marine Corps, and you know what he was kind of grappling with at the same time. And it was it's just one of those moments in your life where it'll kind of always be there. And it was, it was something else.
Well, you underlined this, Thomas, that for Raptor, his country was invaded, more of a black and white issue. And yeah, he was still struggling with things that, like you said, most sniper cultures don't struggle with. But you've talked about, since coming back to the United States and looking back and talking about how you were, quote, indoctrinated. I'm sure it's been more complex for you. And yet, one thing I noticed in your story, in retelling this remarkable story, is even with that moral clarity that the Russian invasion provided Raptor, he was still exhausted. He was still weary. He was still guilt-ridden about the other side.
Yeah, I mean, I think that gets lost. I think, you know, I call it good guy syndrome. We kind of get lost because there is this moral clarity that we can kind of look back and say, well, the Russians invaded and the Ukrainians are defending their home. But I mean, that doesn't excuse, I mean, the level of violence and ferocity and death that these men and women are experiencing every day at levels. You know, when I compare my time in Afghanistan as a Marine, as a journalist, versus, you know, the what's happening on the ground in Ukraine. I mean, it kind of melts your brain sometimes. So, you know, for Raptor to step back and still feel it on his shoulders, it seemed it made sense. And, it's people, Ukrainians have family in Russia, many of them speak the same language, obviously Russian. So he's processing a lot too, that, I didn't really hit on all those notes in the article.
Thomas, Elise Jordan here. Your essay was really moving, and I thought that the part about your reflections on nation building and counterinsurgency and America's role doing that over the last 2 decades was really important. How today, when you see the Ukrainian soldiers that you embed with, how is their morale different than what you and your men experienced in Afghanistan with a more vague mission?
Yeah, that was actually a conversation at breakfast with Raptor, and I think it was before that mission. But I said at the end of the day, no matter what happens, no matter what, you have your own puzzle, and you're making your own choices that will end people's lives. But you can always go to bed with the fact that you're defending your home, and that obviously was something that we did not have in Afghanistan, especially 8-9 years into the war. I think that had been diluted as far as the September 11th attacks and what exactly we were doing there.
All right, Ukraine correspondent for the New York Times, Thomas Gibbons-Neff, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.